I turned off the main highway. The road became smaller. It wound its way through the green hills of the Italian coast. Sunlight filtered through olive groves. The air grew warmer. It carried the scent of pine. It carried the scent of salt. I was looking for a special kind of place. A place many people have heard of, but few have visited. I was heading to a naturist camping village. People come here not just for a vacation. They come for a sense of peace. They come to shed their clothes, and with them the stresses of modern life. The final stretch of the road was unpaved. It was a dusty track that led toward the brilliant blue of the Mediterranean Sea. The brilliant blue of the Mediterranean. I saw a simple wooden sign, its letters weathered by the sun and sea air. It welcomed me in Italian. There was no grand entrance, no imposing gate. Instead, the entrance felt like an invitation into a quiet garden. I parked my car. I walked toward the reception area. The sounds of the busy world faded behind me. They were replaced by the chirping of cicadas and the distant murmur of waves. As I stepped into the camp, I felt the pace of life slow down immediately. People moved with a gentle purpose. A man walked by, a book in one hand. The same man, towel draped over his shoulder. A woman tended to a small plot of flowers outside her cabin. The camp was a collection of simple tents, modest caravans, small wooden bungalows. They were nestled among tall pine trees that provided a welcome canopy of shade. There were no paved roads here, only soft dirt paths that crisscrossed the grounds like veins. My first impression was one of profound tranquility. This was not a resort designed to impress with luxury. It was designed to help you forget the outside world. The focus was on the natural surroundings, the ancient trees, wildflowers growing along the paths, and the ever-present sea. I saw people of all ages, families with small children, older couples, young people traveling alone. They all shared a common look of relaxation. Their faces were calm, their movements unhurried. It was clear that this place offered something more than just a spot to pitch a tent. Soft. To understand a place like this, you must first understand its rules. The rules here are not about restriction. They are about creating an environment of trust and respect. At the small reception desk, a friendly staff member explained the core principles. The most important rule is to respect the privacy of others. This is a place of comfort, not of spectacle. Taking photos of other people without their explicit permission is strictly forbidden. This rule is the bedrock of the community's sense of safety. Another key rule is about hygiene. Whenever you sit down on a public surface, a chair at the cafe, a bench by the sea, a sun lounger, you must use a towel. It's a simple, practical custom that everyone follows without a second thought. It is called the towel rule, and it ensures that all shared spaces remain clean and comfortable for the next person. These small courtesies are what make the communal experience work so smoothly. The rules are few, but they are followed by all. They are the invisible threads that weave the fabric of this peaceful society. The staff also explained the philosophy of naturism here. It is not about flaunting your body. It is about the freedom of being in your natural state. It's about feeling the sun and the air on your skin. People here believe that clothes can create barriers between people. Without them, there is a greater sense of equality. You are not judged by the brand you wear or the style you choose. You are simply a person, sharing a beautiful space with other people. This shared vulnerability fosters a unique kind of connection, one that is open and honest. Safety is also woven into the daily life of the camp. The staff are trained to help with minor issues, and they have clear procedures for emergencies. There are quiet hours in the evening to ensure everyone can rest. Certain areas, like the restaurant or the small grocery shop, may require simple clothing, like a sarong or shorts. This is not a contradiction, but a practical adjustment for a public space. The goal is always comfort and respect. The day begins softly in this village. There are no alarm clocks, only the gentle light of the sun rising over the sea. I woke to the sound of birds singing in the pine trees above my cabin. The air was cool and fresh. I saw people walking quietly along the paths, their towels over their arms. They were heading for the beach. This morning ritual is the heart of the daily rhythm. It's a time for quiet reflection before the day gets warmer. The walk itself is a meditation, with the soft earth underfoot and the smell of the sea growing stronger with each step. The beach is a long, beautiful stretch of golden sand. It is kept clean and natural. In the early morning, the water is calm and crystal clear. You can see the small pebbles on the seabed. Some people go for a swim, their bodies gliding through the cool water. Others simply sit on the sand, watching the waves roll in and out. There is no noise, no music, just the soothing sound of the sea. I saw a man doing slow yoga stretches by the water's edge. A family was quietly building a small sandcastle with their children. It's a shared, silent appreciation of nature's beauty. After a morning swim, many people gather at the small open-air cafe near the beach. The smell of fresh Italian coffee and warm croissants fills the air. This is a social time, but it's a gentle one. People sit in small groups, chatting in low voices. They talk about their plans for the day or about a book they are reading. I ordered a cappuccino and sat at a small table. The couple next to me were from Germany. They had been coming to this camp for 10 years. They told me the morning was their favorite time of day, a time to feel connected to the sea and to each other. As the Italian sun climbs higher, the afternoon in the camp unfolds with a quiet energy. The intense heat of midday encourages slowness. This is the time for siesta, a cherished tradition in this part of the world. Under the shade of the pine trees, the village becomes a patchwork of quiet activity. I saw people napping in the cool breeze that drifted up from the sea. Others sat in comfortable chairs outside their cabins, lost in the pages of a thick novel. The only sounds were the rustling of leaves and the distant laughter of children playing near a small shaded playground. The community here is built on these shared, simple moments. There are no organized activities that you must join. Instead, connections happen organically. I saw a group of people gathered around a wooden table, engrossed in a game of cards. They were from different countries and spoke a mix of languages, but they communicated through smiles and shared laughter. Elsewhere, a man was teaching his neighbor a few chords on a guitar. These are small human interactions that build a sense of belonging without any pressure. For those with a bit more energy, the afternoon offers opportunities for gentle recreation. The camp has a court for playing boules, or bocce as the Italians call it. It's a slow-paced game of skill and strategy, perfect for a sunny afternoon. I watched a friendly match between a French family and a Dutch couple. There was a spirit of light-hearted competition, but the real point was to spend time together. Other people chose to explore the network of walking trails that led up into the hills behind the camp, offering stunning views of the coastline. This sense of community extends to everyone. If you are new or alone, it is not long before someone offers a friendly buongiorno or invites you to join them for a coffee. I spoke with a woman who was visiting for the first time on her own. She told me she was nervous at first, but she was amazed at how welcoming everyone was. Food in the camp is a reflection of its philosophy: simple, fresh, and shared. There is a small grocery store on site. It stocks the basics, but it shines with its local produce. You can buy sun-ripened tomatoes, fragrant basil, fresh mozzarella, and crusty bread baked that morning. Many people choose to cook their own meals. The air in the late afternoon becomes filled with the delicious smells of simple Italian cooking. I saw people grilling fresh fish they had bought from a local fisherman, served with just a squeeze of lemon and a drizzle of olive oil. For those who don't want to cook, there is a small restaurant, or trattoria. It has a terrace that looks out over the sea. I had dinner there one evening. I chose a simple pasta with fresh pesto and a glass of local white wine. But the real joy was the atmosphere. Families and friends sat at wooden tables, their faces lit by the warm glow of lanterns. The sound was a gentle hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses. As the sun sets, the village transforms. The sky turns into a canvas of orange, pink, and purple. People gather on the beach or on the restaurant terrace to watch the spectacle. A quiet hush falls over the camp as the sun dips below the horizon. After sunset, the evenings are for socializing. Sometimes a group will organize a shared potluck dinner on the beach. Everyone brings a dish and they eat together on blankets spread on the sand under a sky full of stars. These evening gatherings are the heart of the camp's social life. Someone might bring a guitar and play soft music. People share stories from their travels or their lives back home. I joined one of these beach dinners. I brought a simple salad, and in return, I was offered homemade pizza, grilled vegetables, and a taste of local cheese. The conversation flowed easily. We talked about everything and nothing. It was in these moments that I truly understood the sense of community. It's a community built on sharing, simplicity, and the joy of good company. Everyone finds their own way to end the day, quietly and content. The calm here settles into you, like the tide easing onto shore, and you realize why people return year after year. They can be as simple as a quiet walk to the sea, just taking it in. Here, life is unhurried, honest, and beautifully human. And in that simplicity, you won't believe how relaxed this place is. Tomorrow begins softly again, a hidden coast, an open heart. If this calm found you, let it linger.